Hey, we always live Elvis.
Hey, Memphis Mafia Kid
And Teresa.
and
And Teresa.
Teresa.
Did you have a stutter there?
Yeah.
Your record gets stuck?
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Trying to get in a better mood today. Hope everybody's having a good day. Start the week off. What can I say? Well, the storms and all, but hopefully we're done talking about them for a while. So, hey, y'all, we got some more great questions, and Teresa's going to start it off with some birthdays.
We got 4 birthdays. Happy birthday to Pamela Snow, Barbara Jones, Regina Allman, and Vicky G. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. This gonna be. I got a feeling this is gonna be another big birthday month. March and April, boy. Woo. And May, of course. Teresa give me that look, so I had to throw May in there. But them Tarzans.
And anniversaries in April too.
Yeah, it is. Our anniversary is in April. Ooh-wee.
And I have to admit, you have been spoiling me. You did get me a Betsy Johnson purse the other day, without complaining. So
see how they do it, y'all. It's always they make you feel good, and then it's. And speaking of which, before we get into the questions, she done flared me up. Guys.
Oh, here we go.
Y'all let me know once again. I love y'all's comments of how your lady folk, wife, girlfriend,
How many people are you trying to get in the doghouse tonight?
I'm not trying to get anybody in the doghouse.
You're trying to get everybody in the doghouse.
It's funny, y'all. Teresa, she comes in this morning, and just out of nowhere, she's like, "Come here, baby," and she's like, I'll just lovey-dovey. She puts her arms up around me. She gives me a kiss, and
He's complaining.
I'm thinking, wow, and then she says, there's this stuff that I seen online that I get a good deal on that I'd like to order now.
Yes,
yeah.
But it wasn't for me. But
well, it doesn't matter what it was for. Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, there it is.
And that's not
always a motive.
There was no motive. I just didn't want to listen. You say, "Poor me, poor pitiful Danny. Oh, poor me. I'm so abused. Nobody loves me. I don't get no attention." Yeah, all day long. So see, I was trying to be sweet, and then I remembered. Oh yeah, I need to ask him about that. But that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, we're fixing to get to our questions, but Teresa trying to be sweet. Let me just say this: you're the devil in disguise. Oh yes, you are.
I'm not in disguise.
Okay, let's get to the question.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're not in disguise.
Right. Nope.
I can see the devil horns.
All right, this question is from Lettuce and Tomatoes.
And onions and pickles.
No. Do you remember snowmobiles at Graceland? And if so, why were they there when snow in Memphis was relatively rare even back then?
I do remember them. I've rode on them. I've told a story about that. That was another thing that Elvis and the guys loved to do. The reason that they had them when we didn't have much snow down there, the ones he had, they could be converted. You could use them in the snow with the blades on front, or they had wheels on them, which if you see pictures of them, that's. And I think when was on display. They had a wheel and they had a track belt and they run on land. Man, them things were fast. They were jet stars, I believe. But yes, remember them very well and had a lot of fun times on them.
Okay. This is from Connie Lindsay. Did Elvis ever get fed up with the amount of people in his home when it was full of friends, etc.? Not talking about family here, but was there a code word to get people to go home? Get out.
Well, not really. Yeah, not really. Outside, maybe going up to his room and then having Daddy. Probably most of the time it was Daddy. Maybe going down and kind of clearing out the house a little bit. Most of the time, he really didn't. If he was irritated or didn't really want to see anybody or in a bad mood or something, he would either, if he had been downstairs, he would either go up to his room, wouldn't come back, or he never come downstairs. Hint, hint. So, but sure, I mean, anybody and everybody feels that way at times. It's nothing personal and against anybody, but everybody loves their home time, and sometimes they just want it to, just be them and whoever, or just them. So sure, he did.
Okay, I'm going to guess that this is a relatively new viewer. So Paula J wants to know, and she's talking about the EFM tickets that we've talked about. She says, tickets for what? Do we have to pay to listen to you guys talk about Elvis? I hope that's not the case.
Well, no. What's the reason you?
Okay. The tickets we were talking about was the EFM Elvis Fans Matter question and answer coming up in August.
Right.
That's tickets. You'll see Billy and Joe Smith and Danielle and me and Daniel be there. And that's there's tickets for that. Because,
right. Well, we answer questions. We have a good time. Anybody that's been there knows that.
It's a small venue.
Right. Nothing's free these days. I mean, if you want to do anything, unless you're just lucky and have a building or something, or a venue, then it's going to cost you, and that costs, and you try to cover the overhead. We try to do it in a great and the cheapest way, affordable. But let me say, that's another thing that irritates me. Anything you do that you like or enjoy, you're going to pay for a concert, a Monster Jam, trucks.
Well, in regards to our videos, because that's really where the question was are they having to pay for the video?
Yeah, okay. I was getting to that, but I mean, everybody, football games, basketball games, anything you do, you got, it's going to cost you. You got to get a ticket. That's just the way life is. However, like I said, we try to do it. Everybody in the Elvis world has their fee. Y'all all know that. Or there's a fee for them. And, I'll just put it like this. For what you get and get to do, ours is very, very, very cheap. If you were not talking about that and was talking about our videos just in general, no. Yeah. We do these videos the same as EFM, which is Mom and Daddy's and Danielle's channel. We don't charge anything.
We don't have memberships.
We don't have any memberships.
We don't have Patreon. Our videos are free for you to watch.
Right.
You don't.
And we do that because we love you and because we want to share it with you. But when if we have a special event, a meet and greet, whether we're putting it on or we're going to be with somebody else, there's usually, a fee involved. I mean, that's just the way the world turns. But
although, like at Elvis Week here in Tupelo, we set up in front of the hardware store. We don't charge for that.
Right,
we
because
they
don't charge us for space.
Yeah, right.
Stuff like that. But I mean, if they do, you've got to compensate. To where hardly nobody's out and everybody has enjoyable time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think y'all know. For those of you that know us and have been around, we do everything that we can to share and have a good time with our Elvis family because we love you. So I mean, it speaks for itself.
This is from Stinky Old Man.
Stinky Old Man. That's what you call me sometimes.
Because that's what you want. But
and
our prayers were with you because you've had health
issues.
So
I did read that. Our prayers are with you.
So the question is, how did Minnie May, she's also known as Dodger, handle Elvis and Vernon's passing when they passed away?
She handled it the best she could. She was devastated with both. I know with Elvis, it just, like all of us, didn't want to accept it, didn't want to believe it. Just totally devastated and destroyed by it. Elvis loved her. Y'all all know that, and she loved him. That was her baby boy. And I mean, y'all, just sit and think for a moment, and you can realize how she felt. But about both, Uncle Vernon too. It just
pretty devastating.
Yes, it was hard on her, and then and her being older, and it just sometimes it is hard to imagine, but it was hard on her, very hard.
Okay, from Robert Duncan, Danny, do you and Teresa have kids together?
We do not.
No, we don't.
We got together a little later in life, and we both had 2 children each. We both had a boy and a girl, and that is our kids, our family. We try to talk about them as much as we can, but y'all see Lainey a lot because she's basically grown up in the Elvis world. They all did to a point, but each one of the kids, has grown and gone on to their own thing, and you've got to accept that. I'm not saying that they don't like Elvis, but it's just not. I guess as big to them as it is the other kids in our family, and
except for Danielle.
Yes, and that's why you hear in our group, but we love all our kids. We love all.
They're all our kids. We don't say your kid,
right.
Your kid, my kid.
Right.
It's all they're our kids.
We love all our grandkids.
Yeah,
it's just like I said, Lainey is into a big part of the world, and Lainey out of the grandkids, I mean, she's wanted to spend more time. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all, you love all your grandkids, but you have and your kids, but you always have one or two. If you got more than more than children, 3 or 4, 1 or 2 that just want to kind of cling to you and love, and others kind of want to. I guess get the hell away from me as quick as I can, and get. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Well, gosh, Lainey, I was in the room while I watched her be born. I was there. I told her mama she was a girl, and I kept her from the time she was 6 weeks old until she started kindergarten.
Yeah.
So
Yep, you did, and then man, she loves her papa and Joshua, but she's stuck between her mama and Joshua. She's stuck like that, and her nanny. But that's the 3 women that was in her life that just she's going to be around them. She loves them.
We love her. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is the last question from Elvis Fan Forever. Do you think Elvis would have spent more time with his grandkids than he got to with Lisa if he had lived to see his grandkids?
And I'm going to state this honestly, that is a very, very good and hard question. I think he would have wanted to very, very much, more so, than he I don't want to say did with Lisa, but there's circumstances, I think y'all know what I'm talking about, in his career. But I think later, like I said, once again, it's hard to speak for Elvis, because Elvis, now he loved his family, but he loved his fans and he loved his career. So it's a balance in there of when, or even if, he would have completely, settled down. If you're asking my opinion, I think later on, he might have reduced a little bit. I don't know that he would have ever quit. I would think he would have, but I don't know. I can't. That's one that's just so hard to answer. But he would have spent as much time as he could with them and done for them, and it would have been great, for all of for Ben, Riley, and the twins to been around Graceland and to have been, nothing wrong with the North, but in that southern, that side of Elvis's family, you know, more, you know, I think y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so hard, but I think, you know, Hattie of, God, you know, I want to believe in my heart that everything would have been so much different. And you know, that's another, you know, I talked to the other night about regrets. You know, that's one thing. And you know, we talk about life short. You know, I've sat and thought about our grandkids, you know, and all the cousins and you know, everybody being a family and playing together and doing things, but in a more modern style on you know, Grayson grounds. Instead of golf carts, now there would have been side by sides, 4-wheelers, and you know, it just, you know, that's a world within itself to think about. So that's about the best way I can answer that question. That
okay,
was
real quick. At the end of this video, so our anniversary's coming up on the 21st. So I have a picture that I'm going to share at the end of this video, and it's out right after we got married at the courthouse, and we stopped by where you worked in Horn Lake. Yeah. We were going to change, and we had a few pictures made. So, I remember.
But I've still got the blue shirt, and you've got.
Yes, but I'm sharing that picture tonight at the end of the video.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, y'all.
I've been asking, so I'm gonna share one in this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, y'all. We appreciate you watching. Appreciate your support.
We do.
If you haven't subscribed, so please subscribe. That's one thing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us. You know, keep those subscribers up. It goes a long ways. So tell your friends. Y'all will have another video out, I guess, again tomorrow. I mean, like I said, we're trying to have fun and get as much out and share as much as we can. Y'all enjoy this somewhat of a beautiful week. At least it's not going to be thunderstorms.
The weather's going to be nice.
In most of the areas. A little cooler than we want, but hey, we're getting there. And just get out. Love it. Enjoy it. And until we see you again in the next video, remember, we always live Elvis.